Hello YouTube! Time for a video again! So this is what I say every time, don't I? So this is Wolfie, my big male Dovo. So what the plan is today, I'll just have a quick random video updating the tanks around my house, what I have it in my home. But to be honest, there's no changes really. The fish what I keep in my home, they all stop the same. The ones outdoors in my little fish room, they change. They're the new projects coming on. But I can't do it all in one video, it'll take too long. So we'll crack on and try to do an update. So there's like I said, there's not a lot to go on really. Wolfies being the same. They've got some fry in the tank. As I keep saying, they're not fry, they're like 2.5 inch fish now. Anyway, we'll have a walk around and we'll look at all the aquariums in the house and do like an update. Right, the Red Devil, Botox the Maniac. But the Red Devil with his girlfriend, the female Dovo, there's no change in this tank either. So like, I'm going to be waffling on. This is going to be boring. Like I said, there's more stuff goes on in my fish room, but I'll do that on a separate day. I just chuck some tucker in there for him, some pellets. There we go. There's the pellets, like. She's getting some. She has to work hard for him because he's very dominant and greedy. His colours looked a bit washed out on this video. Anyway, the female, she's gorgeous, but I actually noticed the other day her spawning tubes coming down. They spawned together a few times, but I've never had much success with it really. But would I want to bring Dovo Red Devil hybrids up? Probably not. Anyway, like I said, there's no change here. There was a piece of wood in here with a branch in it, and it did have a sharp edge on it, and someone did comment, that looks a bit dangerous like, and I thought, yeah, it does. So I took it out. I don't want no one getting stabbed. She's gone in a little cave. So I better move on. When I've filmed all these tanks, I'll walk through and show you my home. Right, we've moved on now. I'm at Crazy Joe's tank. This is Crazy Joe, a 20-inch Umbi, but unfortunately this aquarium doesn't film very good. It's always, the colours always come out weird, but he's a monster of a fish. 20 inches and really thick. Like I said, this is just an update of the aquariums around my house, around our house, and at the end I'll do a walkthrough to give you a bit of an idea where we have all these tanks situated. So this is Crazy Joe. He's my oldest Umbi, and I've got a son of his in my fish room. But like I said, I'm going to do the fish room on another day. So yeah, he lives on his own. Got rid of the females because the tanks weren't big enough for two, and there was a bit of scrapping going on and that. So we'll leave Crazy Joe in peace. See the colour of that? I think it's the lighting. He films better when he comes down to the bottom. Get down there. Go on, Joe. Yeah, there's a little bit better on that one. Anyway, let's move on and have a look at my next tank. Right, this is the fish I call Tank. Amphilophus chancho. I call him Tank because he's built like a tank. And like I keep saying, there's no change. There's hardly any change at all, really. But I thought I'll just stick these on video. Yeah, so there's no change here. He lives with a bunch of convicts. they're all just moving out the way because he's coming along. But they actually get on quite well in here. There's 6 or 7 convicts. They all live underneath these, but they spend a lot of time underneath these bits of pottery or whatever you want to call it, along with some wood. So that's Tank. Tank, the Amphilophus chancho. See if I can make him attack the magnet. There we go. Look, let's clean your glass, mate. Now, he's a bit shy today. He don't like the camera in his face. He's got his eye on it, ain't you, mate? What's that magnet doing in my tank? Anyway, we'll leave him in peace. Like I say, there's no change really, but he's getting big. It's the girth. I mean, a fish will get to 12 inches quite quickly, but after that, they slow right down, and the girth. It takes a few years for him to get some thickness to him, and this guy's getting some thickness to him now. Anyway, that's enough of this tank. There's no change. Let's move on to another tank. There we are at the Jaguars. Beryl. You'll all know Beryl. See if he'll flare his gills at me. That piece of skin still hasn't covered up on his head. The other side has. That's the female. That she's looking in that pipe. On the last video, I was commenting on her eye. I said at the end, orange eyes. The amount of messages I got about orange eyes. Ain't she beautiful, eh? She's absolutely stunning. Look at the spots on her gills. The gold. Opposed to, like, Beryl. He's got a purple. I just made a jump then. Him. Well, he's getting a bit cross. He's flaring up. Yeah, he's... I've got glare. He's got, like, purple skin, and then he's got these brown spots. Opposed to golden spots. So there's no change in here. There's no fry in here at the moment. It'll soon be time they got spawning again. So well, about time we moved on to see some to see another aquarium. Right, I moved on to Stan and Elder's tank. These are the Haitiensis. There's a couple of fry in there, and they're actually getting big. So there's Elder. She's looking nice and black. And there's Stan. Stan's getting some size on him now. So I wonder if he'll ever be as big as JCB. So like, the only change I've had in here, I'll just put some different rocks in. I've changed the rock work. She can get in there. He can just about fit in there with a struggle, but it won't be long before he will not be able to fit in. There, she went in. She's come out the other side, lot. That's just for safety refuge when he gets a bit too boisterous. Yeah, so this is Stan and Hilda, the Haitiensis. Not a lot of change. They're looking good. Well, I think they look good anyway. Let's see if we can get a nice bit of footage of her. Look how black she's looking. There's old Stan the man. Right, like I said, I'm just going to have a quick show all my aquariums in the house, in our house. And then at the end, I'll just do a walkthrough so you get an idea where they're situated in the home. And then in a couple of days' time, I'll do my little fish room. There's more changes in the fish room than what there was the tanks around the house. Look, he's actually... He's trying to squeeze in there. Anyway, this is enough of the Haitiensis. We'll move on and have a look at another tank. Oh, look, she's having a bit of a jiggly wiggly, flaring her gills up at him. Go on, girl, give him some. There they're going. Look how black she's going now. They'll be getting ready for spawning. Go on, gal, don't let him push you around. You push him around, eh? You show him who's boss.
Yeah, they'll be getting ready for another spawn. Anyway, I'm spending too long on this tank, so we'll move on to another. Right, I moved on to my bean eye tank. So people that follow my channel would probably know that the last video I did was setting up this this tank for this, introducing this bean eye. So this tank's only been running a couple of weeks. We went through a quick cycling thing with used filter media and some used sand. Anyway, so how's this tank going? Well, look, as you can see, he seems very happy. He's belting up and down the front of the tank, and he looks at me. He looks really, really, really happy. So I'm quite pleased. But there's always a but, isn't there? But there's one thing. Well, he's been in here over a week, and I've not seen him feed yet. But I'm not entirely worried about that. If it goes on for about 3 weeks, I might start getting a bit worried. I'm not ever so worried because sometimes when you move these fish, they do take time to settle. He looks happy. The water qualities, I've tested the water. The water's in good condition. But he ain't fed. He'll feed when he's ready. But I want to make sure he eats pellets to start with. I know, well, I don't know, but I could imagine if I chucked an earthworm in there, he would eat it straight away. But I don't want to go down that route. I don't like fussing with fish's diet. Because if you sometimes you make a rod for your own back and make him turn him into a fussy eater. But when he was in my fish room, he was eating pellets. You know, he was eating pellets all day long. He was a right greedy fish. So he's got plenty of fat storage on him. But look at his colours. I can't wait till he gets feeding nicely and grows, puts a few inches on. It's beautiful. Yeah, so just get him on the pellets. Good for the health. It's all right feeding treats and that, like, but yeah, you need them on pellets to make sure get all the vitamins and minerals and proteins and everything what they need. So anyway, that's enough of the bean eye. Hopefully he'll be eating in the next couple of weeks. I quite like the look of the tank with the plastic plants and the slate, grey slate with white and grey substrate, and the fish is like white and grey. Anyway, let's move on. Waffle. You're waffling on again, Woods. Waffle, waffle, waffle. I've been on this one nearly 3 minutes. Get on with it. Right, I'm at the red Dovo tank now. That's a male, and he's getting quite dominant, really. He's been chasing a lot of the others. Well, the ones he chases, they're not growing so well, which is understandable. They'll grow when I take them out, remove them. He is pairing with a female, but she's always hiding in that pot. But when she comes out, he's always showing off. He's always showing off and doing like spawning like shakes and you know what they do, showing off and that. Oh, he's got in his pipe there. So I've got no fish to look at in here. They're all hiding. So I won't spend much time on here. There he's sticking his head out that pipe lock. Yeah, they're all hiding, so we won't talk much about this one. But I don't think it's going to be long now before he'll pair off, and then I can remove all the other ones. And yeah, that's what we'll do. So enough of this one. Let's get on. Let's move on to the next tank. Right, I moved on to the Trimac tank. I'm keeping back a little bit because he's quite skittish. This tank, I mean, everything's fine, but it's not going quite as I would like it to. See that? I'm shouting. Now he's going to be hiding. Let me down, mate. Yeah, like I said, it's not going quite as I would have liked it. I'll chuck a pellet in and see if it'll come out, but I've got the camera stuck up and I'm shouting. Well, talking rather loudly, shall I say. There we go, a couple of pellets. Yeah, so, I mean, like, you know, I know what Trimacs are normally like. They've got a bit of a character, almost like a flower horn. As we know, like Trimac is the base for a lot of flower horns, especially like your red dragon flower horns and that. So it's not going quite as I'd like it, but I've got patience. I'm going to wait. As I've said in one of my previous videos, like, it's been pushed from pillar to post. I've had him in one tank, then another tank, then another tank, and it hasn't done me any favours whatsoever. I think the best is don't mess about. Just leave them nice and let them settle when they're young. And like moving them about sometimes like upsets the character of the fish. So this is the one what I call Churchill. Oh yes. And the female, well, she's hiding in this half of her half. She comes through these holes in the divider. I'm using the hole in the divider method, but like I can't get no footage of this, can I? I'll just put it on pause for a second and sit at the other end and see if she'll come out. Right, I've moved around this end. I've just chucked another pellet. Oh, there she comes. He got it. Anyway, this is not a very good tank to film at the moment. She did come through into this half. So we'll film this one more when everything settles. Let's move on to another one. Right, this is my last tank to video in my home. This is Stroppy the flower horn. He hasn't changed. He's still Stroppy. Ain't you, mate? Oh, Strops. Yeah, so like I said, this is the last aquarium. This one is in the kitchen. So like I said, what I shall do is just have a quick walk through our bungalow, and then you can be able to see how me and the missus managed to squeeze all these aquariums in our home. So we'll say bye-bye to Strops. We'll do another video. We could do a video on flower horns and about the lifespan and everything. But they're funny, aren't they? Very clumsy. I think it must be that great big noggin on top of his head. So he's got nice orange eyes. Ain't you, mate? Yeah, so we'll have a quick walk through, so you get an idea of how we keep all these aquariums in our home. Well, I'm a nutty cichlid keeper. I got OCD. Obsessive cichlid disorder. How many of you lot have got OCD? Obsessive cichlid disorder. Well, I have, and I'm a lucky man because my missus lets me fill the home up with aquariums. She's a good old gal, out my missus, I'll tell you. Right, let's have a walk through. So here we go, a quick walk through. We're starting off with Stroppy the flower horn. So you've all got an idea how I squeeze all these aquariums into our home, me and the missus like. So that's the kitchen. I mean, some of my early video supporters will know I used to have a 4-foot tank on there, and also just beneath this TV I had a 5.5, 6-foot one down there, but we have made some cutbacks. So we'll go through the kitchen. We're off into the hallway. There we go, into the hallway. So in the hallway we have the bean eye in this corner tank. So you got the gist of that one. Utility room. We ain't got one in the utility room at the moment. It's an L-shaped hallway. We'll come back to this bit in a minute. So that's Mr. and Mrs. Wolfie in the hallway. Now I'll walk into the lounge. No pause in here. You get what you're given. So this is 220 in my lounge with Crazy Joe in it, but I can't. He's not coming on very well. So I'll turn around. Sofa, TV, and there we have another 220 gallon with Stan and Hilda. So we've got a 220 there, Stan and Hilda, and just across the way we've got the other 220 with Crazy Joe. And that's where the cats sleep and play. That's Spirit. Right, down the hallway. We'll start in the smallest bedroom first. So this is a bungalow. We're making efficient use of space. So this is Botox the Maniac and the female Dovo in one of the spare bedrooms. Quick turnaround. We'll go to another spare bedroom. The other spare bedroom with another cat sat on the bed. Forrest, say hello. Say hello, Forrest. Too busy washing himself. Yeah, so that's another spare bedroom with the Jaguars. Yeah, they're looking nice in here. So, well, one more bedroom, and that's about, and then we're wrapping it all up. Back into the hallway again. So this is the main bedroom. But like I've said before, we don't have wardrobes in our bedroom. We have fish tanks. Red Dovo. Next to the red Dovo. Oh, I can't see a lot there because of the window. See, that's the tank. Tank the Chancho. Next to the red Dovo. Turn around. And there's the Trimark. Churchill. He's actually out this time. When he sees me, I'm going to get closer. When he sees me, he's going to do a runner. Well, we've got a bit of a shot of him there. Anyway, it's about time I wrap this one up. I'll sit in front of Mr. and Mrs. Wolfie, and we'll wrap this video up. Right, I'm sat at the far end of this 250 gallon, a 7-foot tank with Wolfie in it. Anyway, I'm going to have to wrap this video up. So these are all the aquariums what I have up in my home. And my next video, I'm going to go into my fish room and show you all they're the smaller fish what I grow on and that. So I hope it hasn't been too boring. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for watching. Until next time, ta-ra, happy fish keeping to you all. Don't forget to watch the Fishroom update with all the smaller tanks. Thank you.